the game that has completely taken over gaming this week. Honestly, this game did not come out of nowhere because we knew it was coming, because before the game even came out, we already had a moniker for it, which is Pokemon with guns. That's what everyone thought the game would be. But here's the thing. It's a good game. It's a very good game. There's no way this game would catch on otherwise. The idea of Pokemon with guns is cringe at best. This game is popular because it's actually really good. And this goes back to something that I've always said about gaming. It doesn't matter what kind of game it is. It doesn't matter what you used to make it. If it's good, people will play it. And it's relevant now because this game is doing something that a lot of people in the industry have been against. This game is doing it, and it is wildly successful. So that tells me there are a lot of people who play video games but don't know the conversations that are happening within the gaming industry. I am going to tell you that the majority, and probably vast majority, of people who play video games do not actually know the conversations happening within the gaming industry. PalWorld is doing two things that a lot of people don't like. One, it's not Pokemon with guns, but there is a lot of Pokemon-like things in this game, and hence some people have accused it of plagiarism. Secondly to that is the fact that this game uses AI generation. That is the second biggest problem of this game. And that second one is a particularly big topic right now in gaming. How is AI affecting the gaming industry and the world? The monsters in this game, I'm going to assume, is primarily where the majority of the AI in this game goes to. And where is the potential problem for that? Here it is. When it comes to pocket small size monsters and monster design, the biggest name in the game has always been Pokemon. That's it. That's the biggest name. They have the most pocket monsters, they have the most amount of merchandise, they have the most movies, the most TV shows. Everybody grew up with Ash Ketchum and Pikachu. Everyone loves Pokemon. Yes, there's Digimon. I grew up on that too. There's a lot of other ones, but the primary one is Pokemon. So when you plug into an AI algorithm, shoot me out a bunch of small-sized monster-looking things, where is the AI going to get most of the ideas from? It's going to get it from Pokemon. That's the problem. So people are saying a lot of these pals, as you call them, resemble Pokemon. Yes, that's because if you plug little tiny pocket monsters into an algorithm, it's going to shoot out Pokemon lookalikes. It's not going to shoot out Pikachu. It's going to shoot out a lot of Pikachu and then mix it with some other weird stuff from the other subgenres of the pocket Pokemon, of the pocket monsters. So you can understand if somebody says, Nintendo, you can sue. The reference point for tiny little creatures who use elemental abilities is really small, and it's already owned by Nintendo. It's called Pokemon. That's where you're going to get your Pokemon, because the algorithm can go outside of what already exists. And that's the thing with AI. And this is why a lot of people are saying, AI is going to cause a lot of disruption within not only the tech world with people getting fired, but the art world, because the question is, where is your AI getting its information from? It can't just make it up. Everything is an iteration of an iteration, right? Here is certain arguments that have been levied against things like Nintendo going after PalWorld. That is, your concepts are you also got those from things that somebody else has already made. Right? Because everything is an iteration of an iteration. So at what point does Nintendo have a legitimate point? And at what point is it like, yeah, well, you can't really say anything about that because, they didn't create Pikachu. Yeah, you might have Pikachu patented, but you don't have Mouse patented. You don't have Yellow patented, and you don't have Black Stripes. So unless the design is exactly Pikachu, it's not a copy. It's just rearranging assets. Do I like it though? PalWorld isn't for me. I tried it, it's not for me. What I really wanted was a Pokemon with guns, but that's not what the game was. The game is a survival game. So you need to go through a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of tutorials to get to the Pokemon with guns. And I'm just not willing to go through all of that because there's so many other games that I much rather be playing. If the game was Pokemon with guns, where I go around and collect Pokemons, just like a Pokemon game, I will be much more interested in that. But again, would that be too much like Pokemon? If PalWorld was a game where, yeah, your Pokemons have guns, you catch them, but that's it. Would that be too much like Pokemon? So making it a survival game actually makes it less like Pokemon. Yeah, it does. It actually does. It makes it a lot less like Pokemon. So Nintendo can't sue them for that either because they didn't make a Pokemon game. They made a survival game with pals. There you go. All the bases seem pretty covered. And it just so happens that the game is fun.